Welcome everyone. We are Group 6. We have worked on Nestle's managerial practices. We have made term paper and now we are starting our presentation on our term paper. I am Mohammad Mehdi Hassan Akif. My ID is 514. My group members will introduce themselves now.
I'm Md.Rashedur ID 506.
I'm Md.Rashedur. My ID is 511.
I'm Ashik Mahmoud Shojib and my ID is 504. The company is founded by the Henry Nestle in 1866 on a particular product which was produced to protect the life of the child of neighbor. From that time, straight on the essential plan and strategy of the Nestle company has been to produce the importance and values for society by organizing that produces the values for investors. Well, I'm going to talk about the cultural aspects of Nestle. Organizations are made up of members who bring with them different cultural perspectives. A company's culture consists of the values, beliefs, ethics, and attitudes that define the organization and direct its practices. The importance of culture is one of the key factors that contribute to an organization's success or failure. According to the information provided on the company's website, Nestle is the preeminent nutrition, health, and wellness company in the world. Well, the foundation of Nestle's culture is based on three important aspects. The first one is well-being and health of the employees. Um, Nestle prioritizes the security and well-being of its workforce as a first step toward improving the quality of life and making a positive contribution to a more sustainable future. Nestle is of the opinion that healthy minds can only exist in physically fit and healthy individuals. The company cares about the physical and mental well-being of its staff members. One of the strategic priorities of Nestle's safety and health roadmap is to bring the Nestle framework for employee health to life through a passion for nutrition, health, and wellness. Well, the second one is acknowledgement and remuneration. Well, Nestle always makes a point to recognize the hard work and success of its employees. The company recognizes the importance of maintaining a healthy work-life balance for its employees and strives to provide them with competitive pay and benefits. Because the success of the business is dependent on the level of performance provided by its employees, the latter are accorded a high level of importance. Well, third one is inclusion and diversity. The culture at Nestle places a strong emphasis on diversity and inclusion as core values. According to Nestle, a diverse workforce leads to different ways of thinking, which is to turn leads, which leads to improve decision making. Additionally, the diverse teams are more creative and competitive. A workplace culture that supports diversity in all of its forms, with a particular emphasis on gender equality, is something that Nestle strives to cultivate. Nestle is a company that values diversity in the workplace, and as a result, the company respects the various ways people think and various cultures they come from. And the next slide is about the culture influencing their management strategies. Well, the culture of the host country affects the selection of staff, the workplace diversity and inclusion, formal training of the staff, employee compensation, and employee motivation. Also, it affects the performance appraisals of the employees. That is all my presentation. Thank you, everyone.
I'm going to talk about the human resource practices of Nestle. According to Nestle, their goal is to build and preserve a long-lasting relationship with their employees based on their professional development standards. Nestle has maintained a workforce highly skilled and possesses skill sets that cannot be copied by relevant people thanks to its culture of ongoing learning and training. Therefore, Nestle's human resources support the company's existing competitive position and are anticipated to provide a long-term expertise to the organization. Three models that are regarded as significant for efficient management of human resources are used by Nestle. High performance, high commitment, and high involvement are among these three models. At Nestle, the hiring process takes into account a high level of conformity between an individual's ideals and the organization's culture. While conducting recruitment, the qualities of dynamism, loyalty, diligence, and honesty are also regarded as key factors. Learning is seen as an essential component of Nestle's culture, and the company's human resource encourage to consistently raise their level of learning by providing them the support they need through learning programs. Management determines the training and learning opportunities for employees, and line managers and human resource management department collaborate to carry out the training programs. Nestle relies on a high-performance work environment, and it provides employees with a clear awareness of how their efforts affect the company's operations as a whole. Employees and line managers share responsibility for performance management with their goal of ensuring that extremely challenging and specific goals are established, and that performance is properly assessed throughout the performance period. We have tested human resource practices of Nestle according to Hofstede's cultural dimensions, and we found Nestle has a culture that is low on power distance, low on power distance, low on uncertainty avoidance, low on individualism, follows long-term orientation, and low on masculinity. That is all from me. Moving on to the next presentator. Thank you.
Sanaki, bearing ID 514. I am here to present the effects of COVID-19 and the Russia-Ukraine war on Nestle. First, let's talk about the impact of COVID-19 on Nestle. When the whole world and the MNCs from around the world has experienced a decrease in sales, Nestle has experienced uh, sales increase. Nestle's sales increased by 4.9% due to its pet food and its wellness products. Then the another impact on Nestle is disruption of food safety measures. Uh, as we all know, Nestle is a leading wellness and food brand in the world. Nestle has been working to ensure food safety for the world. Then in the COVID-19 phase, these food safety measures that were taken by the national governments and by Nestle company and its employees is disrupted due to inability of physical inspection of foods. Then another impact is disruption of procurement. Nestle faced difficulties in terms of procuring goods from around the world. The most difficulty Nestle faced is they face difficulties to procure packaging boxes of food uh, because of the COVID-19 and the restrictions all over the world. Uh, Moving to the next slide, which is the impact of Russia-Ukraine war on Nestle. As Nestle works with the International Red Cross Organization and works with food safety and nutrition, Nestle cannot at once uh, close its operations in any country uh, because it is partnered with Red Cross Organization. So Nestle could not held operations in Russia, and the international criticism has faced Nestle. Uh, so Nestle has suspended. There are some brands like Nescafe and KitKat from Russia, and uh, uh, announced that Nestle will continue only supplying necessary nutritional foods to Russia, and any profit arising from those activities, uh, uh, the Nestle will donate that for well-being in Ukraine. Then another impact on Nestle was closure of factories in Ukraine. Nestle currently owns 3 factories in Ukraine and over 5,000 employees working in the factories in Ukraine. Nestle had to close the factories and had to bear a loss of millions of dollars. Thank you. My next presenter will continue this presentation.
Assalamu alaikum. This is Md.Rashedur bearing ID 506. I will talk about the corporate social responsibility and sustainability of the Nestle company. Nestle manages its commercial operation with honesty, fairness, complete compliance with all relevant regulation. All employees at Nestle are required to abide by their own code of conduct every day. Nestle has constantly engaged in CSR initiative in an effort to improve quality of life and maximize benefit to communities. Nutrition, rural development, water, and sanitation are the most focused area of Nestle's CSR initiatives. Nestle efforts to promote rural development benefit both their business and society as a whole. Nestle will be able to better exploit and use the environmental resource with the aid of rural development. Supporting sustainable resource utilization will help to solve the issue of environmental resource scarcity. The final area that Nestle focused on, which is water and sanitation, is one of the Nestle working in Bangladesh and India, which is one of the most water stressed area of the globe. Also, Nestle is rising awareness in farming and rising public awareness for water conservation among the farmers. Also, Nestle run many activities in Bangladesh as well. In Bangladesh, they are conducting creating social values, safe drinking water, water education program, wastewater treatment plant, nutritional awareness training, and reduction of water and energy consumption, free health treatment, and rural development as well. Moving on to the next topic, which is sustainability. Okay. To assist Nestle's reach its 2030 objective to strive for zero environmental impact in operation and to attain net zero greenhouse gas emission by 2050, Nestle has took some actual measures, which is measuring carbon impact. Nestle is measuring all of their carbon impacts while promoting and branding of a product like Nestle. Nestle have the plan of reducing their carbon emission to 0% by 2025 with their brand KitKat. Then with plant science, Nestle plant scientists recently made a significant advancement by discovering distinct low carbon and drought resistant coffee variants through traditional non-GMO breeding that produce higher yields and up to 30% reduction in CO2 to reduce the carbon footprint associated with coffee consumption. Then dairy agriculture. Dairy farming is a significant source of emission. They are working with academic institution, vendor, and startup to investigate solutions that could significantly reduce the carbon footprint of milk. Process technologies. Research and development specialists work to create and implement new process technologies across all Nestle's product categories in order to reduce carbon emission. For instance, they are able to drastically lower their CO2 emission and boost production. Last but not the least, the sustainable packaging. Nestle is moving forward to reusable packaging for their product for 3-in-1 Nescafe and Maggie. They're trying to shift their packaging to paper than using plastic or plastic products. Thank you. This is all from me. We encourage going through text messaging through comment section of our post. Thank you.